Yo, what's up? The roof is on fire, man. Check this out. This your boy, the one and only yours truly, the Bathroom Bandits, coming at you live and direct for this week's version of Bandits Weekly Predictions. I'm gonna start off with my matchup, Bathroom Bandits versus Click Commander. We both had a player to play on Thursday. He had Jimmy Graham, who only gave him 6 points, 2 catches for 31 yards, and I had Hauschka, my kicker, giving me 12 points, which is twice as many points as his tight end. That's the first strike. Second strike is he's going up against Le'Veon Bell and Chris Ivory, two of the hottest running backs in the league. Um, Also got Brandon Marshall and DeAndre Hopkins on my squad, two of the hottest receivers in the league. Um, Even though Clicker Man has a pretty strong team, Frank Gore, Jonathan Stewart is okay, Jordan Matthews, Amari Cooper. I think that this matchup is going to be a little bit of a landslide, my boy. Hey man, Jesse, you my dog, man. I love you, man. I think you cool as shit. But this week I'm gonna wax that ass, man. Telling you straight up, I'm waxing that ass. Bathroom Bandits improves to 6-1, and Click Commander drops to 3-3. Next matchup, we got the Chicken Nugget Boys versus the Dick Nose, the old Dick Nose. Um, Listen, this is gonna be a close game. I mean, from top to bottom, from quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, tight ends. Uh, it's all quality players out here, man. You don't really have any slugs out here. But all in all, I think Danny Woodhead and Dion Lewis a better combination than Rashad Jennings and Lamar Miller, even though I think Lamar Miller going to snap on Houston. Um, so I like Chicken Nugget Boys in the running back department. I like Yanni in the receiver department with Odell Beckham and Keenan Allen versus Rashard Matthews and Antonio Brown because we just don't know which quarterback playing for the Steelers. If it's Big Ben, I definitely give advantage to Antonio Brown, but we don't know who the quarterback is. Rob Gronkowski versus Jason Witten. Listen, the Gronk, baby Jesus, man. You can't ever give anybody an advantage over him unless he's playing hurt or some shit, and he's not hurt. Gronk had the advantage. Um, and as far as quarterback go, Tom Brady versus Carson Palmer, both of them putting up big numbers. Palmer actually has a way easier matchup playing the Baltimore Ravens, while Brady has to play the Jets. So I tell you what, I think this is gonna boil down to the Gronk having a huge day and Jason Witten having an okay day, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Chicken Nugget Boys on this one. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think Chicken Nugget Boys wins, improving his record to 6-1, and the Dick Nose will drop to 5-2. Even though this I think would be the closest game of the week. Next matchup: the Marauders versus the Bronx Bombers. They both had somebody playing on Thursday. The Marauders had Carlos Hyde, who gave up a pretty shitty performance, only 40 yards rushing for 4 points. Uh, while in contrast, Marshawn Lynch for the Bronx Bombers put up 21, 122 yards and a touchdown. Um, Other than Marshawn Lynch putting up that big performance, I see Moncrief and Megatron having good games, but the rest of your team, man, I don't think it's good enough to pull weight, man. Abdullah, Shane Vereen, Joe Flacco versus Arizona. I just don't think you got enough firepower to pull it out, man. So, and I think Marauders will win this one, improving his record to 3-4, while the Bronx Bombers drops to 2-5. Um, Next matchup, we have Shake and Blake versus Dirty Chodes. Um, this matchup, is a pretty good matchup also. But you know what I see? I see one thing that really stands out here. Tight ends pretty even. Barnes Thomas. Running backs pretty even. Doug Martin, Murray versus Ingram and Peterson. Um, the defenses, I think, slight advantage goes to the Cardinals. They play in Baltimore, whose offense isn't really clicking. But Minnesota's gonna have a good game against Detroit also. Um, the only difference in this game, and I think the difference making this game is gonna be the starting receivers. Uh, Dirty Chodes has John Brown, who's a very, very up and down type of guy. Unpredictable performances. One day he have 100 yards, the next day he'll have 20. So you don't know what John Brown you're gonna get for one. For two, this guy's starting Amendola, man. Why is Amendola on anybody's roster? This dude should be on the waiver wires, man. Why in the hell are you starting Amendola? Anyways, keep starting Amendola, and that explains why your record's 2-4. Um, I think this game gonna come down to Shaken Blake, Allen Robinson, and Steve Smith outscoring John Brown and Amendola by a shitload of points, and Shaken Blake improves his record to 4-3, while Dirty Chodes drops to 2-5. Last matchup. Oh shit! Look at this shit. Guess who's Bazak? CJ up in the house. CJ, he set his lineup, man. He dropped 2 players. Oh, look at this dude. I'm impressed. CJ going up against Your Mom Loves My Spunk Jaffiel. Look here, man. Spunk, you got Doug Baldwin playing on Thursday. This dude gave you nothing, man. Nothing. 3 points. That's pretty much nothing. Seahawks for CJ gave him 24. Listen, CJ got running backs Aaron Foster and DeMarco Murray versus your Charles Sims and Devontae Freeman. Look, Devontae Freeman is the man, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he could go up against Aaron Foster and DeMarco Murray by himself. I give you the advantage, Max, in receivers. Edelman versus Landry. Both of those guys are PPR beasts. They get a lot of targets versus CJ's Andre Johnson and Pierre Garçon. So I think Spunk got the advantage there. As far as tight ends go, it's pretty even. CJ got Antonio Gates, and Your Mom Loves My Spunk Jaffiel has Olsen. This game is going to ultimately boil down to one thing. I think it's going to be the flex player that makes the difference, because CJ has the advantage in running backs, Max has the advantage in wide receivers, tight ends even. I think the flex player is going to make a big difference, and considering that Max already had Doug Baldwin give him only 3 points, and CJ has T.Y. Hilton, I think that's going to be the deciding factor here. T.Y. Hilton will pull this win out for CJ. Look at that shit, man. You set your lineup. You switch your players around. You switch the positions up a little bit. You actually play one week, and you win. 2-5. 2-5, man. You could have probably been 5-2 by now. But oh well, you got to start back somewhere. Take baby steps. So you're 2-5, and at the end of the week, Max and Your Mom Loves My Spunk Jaffiel will drop to 2-5. Hey, listen, guys. I'm not an expert at this shit, man. I really I'm going by the lineups you guys put out there. So I'm just going to go over my winners one more time. I think Bandits win. I think Chicken Nugget Boys win. I think the Marauders wins. I think CJ wins. And I think Shaken Blake wins. So basically, that's it. I will come back on Tuesday and let y'all know what the results of these predictions were. And good luck, everybody. Until next time, remember, bandits run this bitch.